Hello everyone, I am Muskan Mahajan from EC6M and this presentation is regarding Li-Fi technology. Li-Fi stands for light fidelity, or in this technology we utilize light for transmission of data, or one can say it is the optical version of Wi-Fi technology. First of all, let's see the contents of this presentation and then discuss one by one. First is the introduction to Li-Fi technology, history of Li-Fi technology, how Li-Fi is different from other wireless technology, Li-Fi versus Wi-Fi, its principle of operation, how it works, its advantages, its application, and last the conclusion. So let's start with the introduction part. Li-Fi is a wireless optical networking technology that uses light emitting diodes for data transmission. So in this we use LEDs for transmission of data. Li-Fi bulbs are outfitted with the chip that modulates the light for optical data transmission. Li-Fi data is transmitted by LED bulbs and received by photoreceptor. So at the receiver end we require photoreceptors or photodiode to receive the data. Next is Li-Fi technology uses visible light spectrum for transmission of data. As it uses visible light spectrum for communication, this technology is called as VLC, that is visible light communication. Due to the use of visible light spectrum, Li-Fi has larger bandwidth as compared to other systems, and this is the main advantage of this Li-Fi technology. Next is the history. The technology truly begins during the year 1990s in countries like Germany, Korea and Japan, where they discovered LEDs could be retrofitted to send information. Professor Harald Haas from University of Edinburgh continues to wow the world with the potential to use light for communication. He demonstrated it in year 2012, or by 2013, data rates over 1.6 Gbps were demonstrated over a single color LED. So this is some part of history. Now see how Li-Fi is different from other wireless technologies. Li-Fi technology is based on LEDs for transfer of data. The transfer of data can be with the help of all kind of light, that is light may be invisible, ultraviolet or visible part of spectrum. The speed of internet is incredibly high, or we know that the speed here is 100 times faster than the current Wi-Fi system we are using. Next is Li-Fi versus Wi-Fi. So Li-Fi is a wireless optical networking technology that uses LEDs for the transmission, and in Wi-Fi it uses radio signal for data transmission. In this table there are some parameters. We show the difference between these two. First is the speed for data transfer. In Li-Fi it has faster transfer speed than Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi's data transfer speed is slower, that is 150 Mbps. And second is medium through which data transfer occurs. In Li-Fi it used light as a carrier, Wi-Fi used radio spectrum. Third is the spectrum range. In Li-Fi it has visible light spectrum and Wi-Fi has radio frequency spectrum. Cost in Li-Fi is cheaper and in Wi-Fi it is expensive in comparison to Li-Fi. Fifth is the network topology. In both it has point to point. And sixth is the operating frequency. In Li-Fi it has 102 terahertz and in Wi-Fi it is only 2.4 gigahertz. Next is its principle of operation. So constant current is provided to LED source. So it provides constant illumination or constant brightness. On varying the current, we can vary the illumination of bulb. So in case if zero current or minimum current is flowing through an LED bulb, so then brightness of LED source is minimum, or digital zero is transmitted at receiver end. Or when the maximum current is flowing through LED bulb, then the illumination or brightness of LED source is maximum and digital 1 is transmitted at receiver end. So this is the principle which is used for transmitting the data wirelessly using Li-Fi technology. Next is how Li-Fi works. So in this figure you can see the data is coming from a web server, and the data is coming from web server is fed into a modulation and it provides the necessary modulation to the data, and this modulated data is fed into the LED driver. This LED driver changes the driving current according to this LED bulb, and at the receiver and you can see there are photo receiver and signal conditioning. So photo receiver or photodiodes here are used to convert the optically coming data into electrical form, and after signal conditioning this data is fed into your computer or laptop. So in this work Li-Fi actually works. Here are some advantages of Li-Fi over other wireless communication technology. First is the speed. So as we know, it is 100 times faster as compared to Wi-Fi system. So light spectrum is nearly 10,000 times larger than the spectrum occupied by radio waves, thereby carrying more information. It is 100 times faster than Wi-Fi. It can transmit data at the rate of 224 GB per second. Next is security. Wi-Fi connection cannot be leaked to public or hacked into from an adjacent room. So in case of Wi-Fi, we use visible light source. The visible light source cannot cross the wall like Wi-Fi. So in this way, Wi-Fi provides one more layer of security. Third is the more bandwidth. The visible light spectrum is underutilized for wireless communication. It offers far greater bandwidth than is available through a radio frequency spectrum. And in visible light spectrum alone, it is about 300 terahertz, so it provides more bandwidth as compared to others. Next is applications of Wi-Fi technology. First is it is used in hospital. So as Wi-Fi does not interfere with RF devices, it can be used in many hospital applications. It is used in aircrafts, used in traffic scenarios, thereby reducing accidents, used in industries such as RF restricted industries like chemical industries, used in home and small offices for communication purpose. It is used in street and traffic lights. Last is the conclusion. The Wi-Fi technology is now developed into a system technology with innovative networking capabilities for universal applications to provide a variety of device platform for high-speed internet communication. So this is all about Wi-Fi technology from my side.